wanted to do a video on fascinating womanhood. This is going to be on secret number 3, but I'm going to go through the first other 2 really quick. Secret number 1 is accept him. I have more videos speaking a little bit about accepting our husbands, and it kind of goes with adapting to our husbands. Secret number 2, admire his masculine qualities. Kanan, will you turn that light on for me, please? Going right there. Secret number 3, thank you. Make him number 1. Comfort him tenderly when he comes home from work. Now, this is the one I wanted to talk about today. Now I'm reading off my phone the free book by David Corey, Coory. Um, he has a book called The Secrets of Fascinating Womanhood online, and it's free. You just have to download it. And so, in secret number 3, make him number 1 in your life. Comfort him tenderly when he is tired or discouraged. The first part of this secret tells us to make our husband our king, our hero, number 1 in our life. Be quiet. Go over there. Quiet. Okay? Not right now. Just wait a minute. Okay? And the second part of this secret is to teach us, ladies, the powerful effect our sympathy can have on a man over our husbands, actually. Because all this stuff is good. We just want to use it for our own husbands. And as far as the part about sympathy, I just want to say that that is us being his comforter, like his teddy bear. So, why do some men resist? Oh, I can box the light with this phone. Why do some men resist having more kiddos? And Fascinating Womanhood proposes that one of the reasons why some husbands resist having more kids, it offers this bit of insight. It says, most women begin marriage this way. They make their husband number 1 until the first baby is born. You know what I mean, or soon will. We have all brought adorable babies into the world, or like Beth, or about to. That's another lady in this story. However, it is so vitally important that our husbands still remain our number 1 at this critical time, no matter how adorable our babies might be. When a husband is restored to number 1 again, often his resistance to having more children vanishes. Like Elsie, I have also raised a large family, 7 children. Not as many as Elsie, but what a source of joy they are to me now. They are just wonderful. Mind you, that wasn't always the case when they were younger. Toddlers can be a... Chrissy, don't go outside. My toddler trying to break out right now. Toddlers can be a real handful. Hold on a second. And teenagers test us to the absolute limit. Now, I don't have teenagers yet, but I'm on notice because of this book. But life is rich in our mature years after raising a large family, especially when they all turn out well. There's a saying goes, your hands full now, your heart's full later. And it talks about how your children will grow up to spoil you later, if you do your part. And so that's a little bit about the first part. It's basically saying that, have a big family, but never let that outweigh your duties and obligations to your husband. Keep your husband number 1. Okay, that's basically what that's saying. Don't limit the size of your family, because in later life they'll be a great source of joy and pleasure to you and your husband. So the power of sympathy. Try and appreciate the heavy responsibility your husband carries throughout his life, especially his working life. You go get her. You were supposed to get her the first time. Why'd you take the baby over there? She already at the front door. My Tyler goes through the patio to the front door. Thank God my daughter is here, and I actually saw her. What is Okay. Anyway, she got it. She got it. Um, what was I saying? Oh, all that jazz and hoopla about taking care of your husband when he gets home actually has a lot of truth to it. There was this article out in the 1950s, and it was teaching young ladies or women how to be homemakers, how to greet and treat your husband once he gets home. It basically said greet him with smiles, don't greet him with problems, don't tell him about the bills, or you ever guess what such and such did today. No, give him time to breathe and come in. Speaking of giving him time to breathe and come in, when he first gets in, that's the most important part of the day for a fascinating woman. This is the part of the day where our house needs to be clean, the kids needs to be settled doing something and quiet it down. Food needs to be simmering, smells good in the house, whether it's clean, which is something I need to work on, making sure it's tip top shape, and getting the pine saw smell going on or whatever clean smells that you like and that your husband likes. I need to work on getting those going on. But anyway, and having some delicious cooking because it is very therapeutic for your husband to come home to a delicious cooked meal. And so, that's a very important part of fascinating womanhood. Now, one of the main reasons a husband will leave his wife is if she's unsympathetic. If he's constantly coming home, constantly, especially if he's not a godly man and doesn't feel that obligation to stay with you because of his values or his morals, then you have, a greater chance of your man leaving you because you're unsympathetic, meaning you're not considering his needs as far as his need for peace in his home, his need to come home to a meal and relax, or if you're not a good cook, it's nothing wrong with ordering out, but you want to watch a budget. But just to have something there for him, even if it's easy and simple until you get your skills up, do that. But keep in mind it's part of your responsibility to feed your husband and your family, because that's the wife's role. Oh yeah. And so anyway, keep your husband number one. Don't hold up your brothers or your father or your ex-boyfriends or your ex-husband or your ex-lovers. Don't compare them to your husband. Oh no. I used to have it bad comparing my brother to my husband. Like, I'm like, well, my brother does it this way, and he's right, and I wasn't even thinking, but this is what was happening, you know. Excuse me. This is what was happening. Little did I know. And I didn't know how that was making him feel. I'm aware now through the reading and studying I've been doing with good material and good books like Fascinating Womanhood. So, would you like to hear some more? Let's hear some more about um, making our husbands number one. We've said that it's part of our duty as a wife to comfort our husbands once they get home. You know, talk soothing to him. Try to keep loud sounds at bay. Sometimes men come home late from work. You know, they take their job seriously. Especially if they're a good provider. And sometimes their job makes extra demands on their time. Now, if you're being a good wife and doing your best, um, y'all have a good relationship going. Rest assured that he's not staying away from you like on purpose. And but if he is constantly staying away from you on purpose, find out why. But once you're doing your best in this respect, then he won't be spending a lot of extra time away from you and away from the family that's unnecessary because they want to be home around you and they want to be around their family. But sometimes they come home late from work. When they do this, try not to moan about the food getting cold. Well, if you like what you heard, request me to do a part 2 on secret number 3 because this could be considered a little taste of Fascinating Womanhood. I encourage you to get the book yourself and begin to implement some of the practical advice in there, the wisdom in there, so that you can begin to make a turnaround in your relationship, so that you can just find more joy in it. It's about finding more joy in your relationship with your husband, in your marriage, and the joy in being a homemaker. And as you can see, my little babies, Chrissy, come here, are in need of their mother's attention. So please subscribe or comment. Thanks.